Hello, my name is Chloe McCartney, and I'm a recruitment and admissions officer at McGill University. I would like to thank you for taking the time to watch the recording of our general information session. On the agenda today, I will quickly go over the McGill experience, the application process, the admissions review process, and how to stay connected. Before I get started, I'd like to acknowledge that prior to our 200 years of history, our First Nations occupied the land that our campus is located on. This also contributes to our history as well as Montreal and Canada's history. To give you a quick overview of McGill and Montreal, McGill is located in the city of Montreal, which is in the province of Quebec on the east coast of Canada. Although Quebec is a French province, McGill is an English language university. So not to worry, you do not need to speak French or even understand French to study at McGill or live in Montreal, but it makes for a unique experience and it's a great opportunity to learn. McGill prides itself in being a research-intensive university. This means that there are a lot of research opportunities, even for undergraduate students. Like most Canadian universities, McGill is a public institution. We have 27,000 undergraduate students and a total student population of 40,000. We're very excited to be celebrating our 200th anniversary. McGill is a name that is known all over the world, and a Canadian degree is recognized internationally and even comes with a certain prestige. So you'll graduate with a very portable degree. As a graduate, you'll be amongst more than 250,000 alumni in more than 180 countries. McGill graduates have been credited with various scientific discoveries and social contributions, and this is definitely something you can take advantage of as a graduate of McGill. Our students come from more than 150 countries. This represents more than 30% of our student population. We're one of the most multicultural universities in North America. So not only will you graduate with a highly recognized degree, you'll also have the opportunity to learn about other cultures, languages, and perspectives. Montreal is another reason why a lot of students choose McGill. So this image here will give you an idea of where we're located. We're in a very central location. We're only a few hours away from other major cities in North America. We're only 45 minutes away from the US border. So lots to explore over the weekends and over the holidays. Montreal is the second largest city in Canada. The population of the city is 1.8 million and the metropolitan area 3.5 million. We've been consistently ranked as the best student city in North America. We have 4 universities on the island of Montreal and 250,000 students. We're actually the city in North America with the most students per capita. We're also a very affordable city compared to other cities in North America. And most importantly, we're a very safe city. We're also a very fun, very vibrant city. We have so many different festivals in Montreal. There's a very strong French European influence and also an influence from so many other cultures. We have a very strong food scene, so many different cafes, bars, restaurants. We also have a very rich art scene. There's a lot of green space across the city, a lot of parks. To go over a few of the images on the slide, we're known for our bagels, top left. We have murals all over the city, as you can see, bottom left. We have a really good public transportation system, but Montreal is a very compact city, very walkable, very bikeable. Top right, you have the Old Port. So this is the oldest part of the city. You basically feel like you're in Europe. For those of you joining from warmer climates, it does get cold in Montreal, but we really have 4 distinct seasons. It gets surprisingly warm, surprisingly hot in the summer. It's absolutely gorgeous with the leaves changing colors in the fall, and it gets colder and snowy from about November, December to March, and then it starts getting warm again. Students get used to it. They learn to make the most of it. It's another reason why studying at McGill, studying in Montreal is a unique experience. You can go cross-country skiing, downhill skiing, you can go skating, and we're used to it in Montreal. It's always snowed in Montreal. It's good to know that McGill has 2 campuses, the downtown campus being the main one and McDonald campus being our other campus. So the downtown campus is home to 38,000 students out of 40,000. It's really where the majority of our programs are offered. It's located right in the heart of downtown Montreal. McGill being an older institution, it's a really nice mix of historic architecture, but also modern and state-of-the-art facilities. This will give you an idea where we're located in the city. So as you can see at the bottom of the slide, there's a lot of green space. So this is Montreal. It's a mountain in the middle of the island of Montreal. McGill was built around Montreal, and the city of Montreal was built around McGill. So you are the heart of the city. You could not be more downtown Montreal. McGill is also a self-contained campus. It's your typical American-style campus. There's a lot of green space, but you're right in the heart of a very fun, very vibrant city. So you really get the best of both worlds, and it makes for a tight-knit community. It's all, you walk around campus, you bump into your professors, to staff, to other students. McDonald campus is located 40 minutes away, 36 kilometers away from the downtown campus. There's a free shuttle that goes back and forth every 30 minutes to an hour, and it's available to all students. McDonald campus is home to 2,000 students out of 40,000, so it's smaller than the downtown campus. It oversees the Faculty of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, the School of Dietetics and Human Nutrition, and the School of Environment. It's located in the picturesque town of Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue. Because of its smaller student body, classes tend to be smaller than the downtown campus. So it makes for a very tight-knit community. It's really easy to meet people. You really get to know your professors. It's also a good location to put into practice what you learn in the classroom. There are farms, greenhouses, an arboretum, food labs, and you really have all the same resources as the downtown campus. Here's an aerial view of McDonald campus. So there's a lot of green space. As you can see, there are farms on the bottom right. And here are images of Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue. So you have a bunch of cafes, restaurants. There's a boardwalk. You're right on the water. So I'd like to use this opportunity to encourage you to join our virtual campus tour. So we have 360 view photos of both the downtown campus and McDonald campus. So this will give you an idea if you can picture yourself as a McGill student. Housing. So the most important thing to note about residence is that it's guaranteed for all first-year students. There are a bunch of different types of residences depending on your preference, depending on your budget. I could not recommend living in residence enough. There are so many resources available to you. It's so easy to meet people. It makes the transition from high school to university much easier. We have a bunch of different types of residence rooms. So on the downtown campus, we have a traditional style, which is your typical university dorm. There's a dresser, a bed, a desk, and you share the bathrooms down the hall. Modern style is similar to a hotel room. There are single and double rooms, and the bathroom is located in the room. These two types have a meal plan included. It's mandatory. The meal plan caters to different preferences, different cultures, different diets. Students really enjoy the meal plan. You don't have to cook. And we also have the independent style. So the first two styles are located either on campus or within a few minutes walk from campus. The independent style is located a few metro stops away. This is an apartment style. So there's a kitchen included in your residence room. You share it with a few other students. So you do not have access to the meal plan. McDonald campus has traditional style and eco-res, which is an apartment style, and the meal plan is not included, not available on McDonald campus, but there are kitchens available to all students. McGill students are known to work hard, but also play hard. We have over 300 clubs and services representing various ethnicities and interest groups. So you're sure to find something that you're interested in getting all involved in. I couldn't recommend getting involved enough. It's so easy to meet people. It allows you to try different things, acquire different skills. It's as important as going to class. There are also a lot of opportunities to get involved outside the classroom to gain hands-on experience. Like I mentioned earlier, we pride ourselves on being a research-intensive institution. So there are a lot of opportunities, even as undergraduate students, to participate in research, whether it's helping a professor, a graduate student, and you can also conduct your own research. We also have field study semesters. So we have small campuses that specialize in specific fields in different locations across the globe. So this includes Barbados, Antarctica, Panama, Africa. To give you an example, the Barbados campus This is the image on the top here, specializing in agricultural and environmental sciences. So if you're interested in this field of study, whether it's your major or not, you can go spend a semester on this campus. We also encourage our students to take part in internships and co-op placements. So co-op placements is a Canadian term for internships. It means that it's integrated within your program. And this allows you to acquire real life work experience. And this often leads to job offers even before you graduate. We also have a variety of exchange programs. We have agreements with more than 500 universities worldwide, and this is while paying McGill tuition. We offer more than 300 programs. You'll find a full list of our programs in our viewbook and on our website. Your major will determine what campus your courses are offered on, but this does not stop you from hopping on the shuttle and taking one course or several courses on the other campus. We also encourage students to take courses outside of their area of study, whether it's through a major, a minor, electives. You might notice that some majors are offered in more than one faculty. For example, economics is offered in both the Faculty of Arts and Management, psychology is offered in both the Faculty of Arts and Science, and computer science is offered in both the Faculty of Arts and Science. This will determine the admission requirements for the program and the courses offered within the program. Depending on your program of interest, you will either select a faculty, school, group of programs, or major on your application. So if you're interested in the Faculty of Arts, Management, or the School of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, you will select a faculty or school on your application. For example, if you're interested in political science, this is part of the Faculty of Arts. You will select arts on your application. You will not find political science on the application. Similarly, if you're interested in marketing, you will select management on your application. In this case, students declare their major within the faculty or school in the summer before first year or after first year. This depends on the number of advanced credits you receive. If you're interested in science, you select a group of programs on your application. So there are 3 different groups listed on the screen. So for instance, if you're interested in biology, this is part of the biological, biomedical, and life science group. So you would select this group on your application. You will not find biology on the application. In this case, students declare their major within the group in the summer before first year or after first year, depending on the number of advanced credits you receive. If you're interested in education, engineering, music, or nursing, you select the major on your application. For example, if you're interested in chemical engineering, you select chemical engineering on your application. And in this case, students enter directly into their major of interest. Finally, it's important to note that there's no direct admission to med school, law school, or dentistry. Students need to complete a full undergraduate degree with the necessary prerequisites in order to be eligible to apply. In terms of admission requirements, they are determined by your educational background, that is the high school diploma you will obtain, the curriculum that you're studying, the programs you're applying to. This will determine the necessary prerequisites and supporting documents, and finally, proof of English proficiency only if required. I would like to invite you to scan the QR code. This will take you to our application website. So I'll stop sharing my screen and bring you to our application website. Perfect. So when you scan the QR code, it will take you to this website here. So if you click on undergraduate admissions, this will bring you to a lot of very valuable information. So this is where I was here. So here there are 7 easy steps on how to apply. So we really go through every single step on how to apply to McGill. I really recommend you go through every single step before applying. Here you will find our admission requirements. If you click on make sure you're eligible. So you have all of the different diplomas, all the different curriculums here. So I'm going to click on one to give you an example. So for instance, high schools outside Canada and the US. I'm going to click on International Baccalaureate. So here you have a lot of general information. You have information on prerequisites and our specific prerequisites and cutoffs for each program. By cutoff, we mean this is the average, the score, the grade, the mark. It really depends on the diploma, on the curriculum you're applying from, of the last student to be admitted to each program last year. So it depends how many students apply, how strong they are. This is what will determine the cutoff. So there are a certain amount of spots in each of our program, and the last student to be admitted to that program will determine the cutoff. So I will click on arts, for instance. So as you can see, you will only find the Faculty of Arts here because you only select the faculty on your application. There are no specific prerequisites in IB, and then here you will find last year's cutoff. I'm going to go in another curriculum to give you an example. The French Baccalaureate, for instance, so you have general information here, information on La Réforme, information on prerequisites, and I'm going to click on engineering to give you an example. So here you have the necessary prerequisites and last year's cutoff. So as you can see here, we have all of the engineering programs because you select the engineering program you're interested in directly on your application. So here you'll find last year's cutoffs. I'm going to go into Canadian high school outside Quebec and Ontario. So you have some general information here, information on how to provide your transcripts, your grades, and last year's cutoffs. So here you'll find our prerequisites. You'll find last year's cutoffs. In science, for instance, you'll notice that you'll only find the different groups of programs because you apply to a group of programs on your application. And here you'll find the different prerequisites. Perfect. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and go back to the presentation. Perfect. In terms of proof of English proficiency, if you have lived and attended high school for at least 4 consecutive years in a country where English is the acknowledged primary language, or if you have completed any of the following courses listed on the screen with the following results, then you're exempt from providing proof of English proficiency. Otherwise, we have a lot of different test options. Some of them are listed here. There are other ones listed on our website. I really recommend you take a look at our Proof of English Proficiency website. Here you will be able to go through a checklist that will help determine if you need to provide proof of English proficiency. In terms of the application process, it's important to note that submitting your application and providing your supporting documents are 2 separate steps. So the first step in the application process is kind of like a statement of interest to the university. You select your programs of interest, you provide basic information such as your educational background, you pay the application fee, and you submit your application. You can choose 2 programs of interest in your application, and there's no limit to the number of applications you could submit. It's important to note that this is not necessarily a first and second choice. You will be considered, you will receive a decision for both programs you select on your application. This shouldn't take you more than 15-20 minutes. The deadline to apply for international students is January 15th and Canadian students February 1st. The second step in the application process entails applying for scholarships. We have 2 different types of scholarships. Basic scholarships, these are automatic. They're based on your grades, on your transcripts. You don't need to apply for basic scholarships. On the other hand, students interested in major scholarships need to apply. Major scholarships are based on grades, but also demonstration of leadership. So students are expected to provide supporting documents, including a personal essay and 2 reference letters. The deadline to provide supporting documents for international students is March 15th and Canadian students May 4th. These may include proof of English proficiency. It's important to note that really for the majority of our programs, we do not take into consideration reference letters, essays, personal statement, or extracurricular information for the purpose of admission. So we'll want to keep this information for your scholarship application. However, there are exceptions. They're listed on the screen. So for instance, we require a portfolio for architecture and an audition for music. In terms of students applying for financial need, this comes after acceptance. So it's based on financial need assessment. All entering students, including international students, are eligible. Although we do include dates on the slide, we do recommend that students apply as early as possible and provide their supporting documents as soon as they have them available, as soon as you receive them. Students can apply as early as 1 year before the year they are interested in. So applications open typically in the fall for the following year. In terms of estimated dates for release of admission decisions, so when students should receive an admission decision, you will find these dates on this website here. So I would like to invite you to scan the QR code. It really varies from one high school diploma for one curriculum to the next, but it's typically from mid-December to the month of May. So this takes us to the end of our presentation. I would like to encourage you to scan this QR code to join our mailing list. So just as a reminder, all the information I provided today, you will find it on our application website. So mcgill.ca/undergraduate-admission/apply. We also have a lot of valuable information for students interested in McDonald campus. We have the general McGill Instagram page. We have one specific to recruitment and admissions. We do a lot of takeovers. We provide a lot of important information, and we also have an Instagram page for McDonald campus. Finally, I would like to encourage you to bookmark, to take a look at our events page regularly. We update it almost every week. We really update it regularly. Here you will find our upcoming events. These include general information sessions, drop-in sessions. We have sessions specific to certain regions, for the application process, specific to providing your transcripts, your grades. So I really recommend you take a look at our events page regularly. So thank you again for joining, for joining this presentation, for taking the time to watch the recording, and I hope to see you in some of our upcoming events.